It's Bengals, it's Browns, it's Monday Night Football. Here are our keys to victory and a prediction on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. Hi again, everyone, and welcome in to CBT, Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. And as you can tell, I'm at Paycor Stadium, where the Bengals hoping to win their third game in the row this season. First time this season, by the way, that they would have won three straight. On Monday night, they play the Cleveland Browns. The Browns have won four straight over the Bengals. You've heard that. Obviously, the news of the week is going to be the Jamar Chase injury. And we've talked a lot about that. We've talked about how the Bengals could potentially replace Jamar Chase. I'm sure we'll have other videos about that. This isn't about that. This is about keys to victory on Monday night. And the Bengals aren't going to have DJ Reader. That's tough. The Bengals are going to be shorthanded now on offense and defense. So how do they go to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland and get a win? Well, first things first, on offense, they're going to have to be more patient. They're going to have to block maybe longer. But they're going to have to thrive in the intermediate part of the field. I don't think that the Browns are going to allow Higgins to beat them deep, and he's really their only deep threat. So this is a big Tyler Boyd game where you need to be able to get him open over the middle. You need to get him open regularly so he can be a security blanket of sorts for Joe Burrow. We've seen him do that. He has 14 receptions in the past two games, so Boyd could certainly continue that and keep it going on Monday night. This offense is just going to look different. I was talking to players after the news broke, and I've talked to some guys, and that's really what they said. They're like, look, we have other dudes, but he's that dude. And so how does this offense look? How will it look? Well, I'm not sure exactly, but now we're going to see how Brian Callahan, how Zach Taylor, the Bengals offensive coordinator and head coach, what they can do to put together the correct game plan to deal with a Myles Garrett, to deal with Jadeveon Clowney, to deal with the Browns defense that has underachieved up to this point. People in Cleveland are talking about firing their defensive coordinator, Joe Woods. They're frustrated with the defense underachieving the way it has this season. At the same time, if you're the Bengals, now you're dealing with a star edge rusher in Myles Garrett. Now you have to play without your star receiver in Jamar Chase. So this is a big coaching game. This is also a big Joe Burrow game. You need him to be the guy you've seen in past weeks, the past couple of weeks where he's thrown for 780-plus yards, the way he's thrown for 6 touchdowns, ran for a couple touchdowns, and just really running the offense like a well-oiled machine. So if you can keep him upright, not let Myles Garrett wreck the game, which would have been a key regardless of Jamar, I think it's going to give them time to find the T. Higginses, the Tyler Boyds, the Mike Thomases, the Hayden Hurst. I've heard his name a lot. And it might sound easy to just, we'll get the running game going. It would be nice for the running game to at least be efficient this week. They're still going to have to throw the ball a lot. That's part of their DNA. But if the run game can be something and be consistent, well, then that's just going to take pressure off of a defense that is certainly going to be dealing with a lot. And that's key number 2. After key number 1 is the offense getting going, finding ways to move the ball down the field without the necessarily huge plays and keeping Joe Burrow upright. Key number 2, slowing down. You only can slow him down. You're not going to be able to stop Nick Chubb. Got to slow down that Browns rushing attack. And whether it's Jay Tufele at defensive tackle, he's played pretty well with DJ Reader out. Whether it's Logan Wilson coming back, and certainly looks like he's, practicing at a high level from a health standpoint, full participant this week. I expect Logan Wilson to certainly make an impact in this game. Make Jacoby Brissett beat you. It's much easier said than done. And by the way, they do have a really good weapon in Amari Cooper. And Donovan Peoples-Jones got a big touchdown here at Paycor Stadium last year. And so young players like that, like Peoples-Jones, well, they play better at home. So certainly something to keep an eye on for your Cincinnati Bengals is how they contain the run game, make Jacoby Brissett beat them, and then honestly, you need to get some pressure and force some turnovers. Get off to a quick start and do those things on defense, because if you're giving up ground in the running game early in the game, well, guess what? You're going to get tired, and then it's going to be that much harder in the third and fourth quarter with the game on the line to stop that Browns rushing attack, which in my opinion has the best 1-2 punch with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt in the NFL. Other keys, other things that I'll be on the lookout for, obviously, special teams is going to be important in a game like this for a variety of reasons. One, if you're Evan McPherson, if there's any rain, any issues there, you need to be the better kicker in this game. Cade York has a huge leg. He's been inconsistent this year so far as a rookie. You need to win field goals. I know a lot of people have been the field goal battle, so to speak, which you want to score touchdowns. But if you're in field goal range, take the points unless it is so obvious that you have to go for it. I think that's a big thing on the road. The Ravens on Thursday night, they did not take the points. With about 2 minutes to go, it was 4th and 2. They were down 10-3. They go for it. Lamar throws it to the end zone, and it kept the Buccaneers around, even though the Buccaneers were playing poorly. Take the points in situations like that because points go a long way, especially on the road when the crowd's going to be crazy. And that's the other key, is be able to deal with the crowd noise, the environment, because it's going to be unique. I know the Superdome was really loud a few weeks ago, but it's going to be a really unique environment. Halloween night, Monday Night Football, prime time, division game against a desperate Browns team. They're 2-5. You fall to 2-6. Your season is essentially over. Getting to 3-5 is huge for this Browns team. At the same time, this Bengals team needs to be desperate as well. And whether it's Joe Burrow playing and showing he can play at a really, really high level, which he's done without Jamar Chase as a rookie. He certainly did that, but he's got to show it again. Whether it's T. Higgins being the number one receiver, Tyler Boyd moving in to essentially that 1A role, this Bengals team needs to show that, hey, it's going to be okay. That they can go to Cleveland, a ruckus environment, hostile environment. It's going to be loud. It's going to be crazy. And they're not going to have arguably their best player in Jamar Chase. So let's get to the prediction. By the way, make sure you support our sponsors, whether it's Rivertown Inquiry at rivertowninquiry.com, my bookie, promo code Bengals Talk. I think the Bengals find a way to get it done. It's going to be tough. It's going to be challenging. There's going to be times where it's going to be ugly. I think there's going to be a turnover or two in this game. It's really hard to go on the road and play perfect. But I do think that they make one more play. I think Joe Burrow and the Bengals are resilient. We've seen it every single game this year. And they might get off to a slow start on offense because they're adjusting to life without Jamar Chase. That said, I think they do enough to keep Myles Garrett at bay. I think Nick Chubb has a good game, not a great game. And the Bengals sneak out of First Energy Stadium on Halloween night with a win 23-20. Cincinnati gets it done. If you're looking for more, including who they could target in free agency, who they could target at the trade deadline at wide receiver, and we'll have more stuff on the trade deadline, make sure you check out all of our other videos by hitting that subscribe button, ring the bell as we approach 24K. For Andrew Fox-Miller, our channel coordinator, thank you so much for watching Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien, signing off for now at Paycor Stadium. And, oh, yes, we will see you in Cleveland. We'll be there with all of our post-game, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell because we're going to have instant reactions following the win or loss, following the game. Win, lose, draw, CBT is here for you. So until then, I'm James Rapien signing off for now right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk.